All right. Well, hello, everyone. It is Friday. I love Friday. Lisa, I know you love Friday too. Starts the weekend, some relaxed time, but also get in touch with some friends and people that we all care about to maybe make a difference in their lives. This Zoom is a conversation about product testimonials. Um, we're not making product claims just for everyone out there who will watch this. These are our own personal testimonials and how these products have changed our lives and how they may be able to help each and every one of you. So my name is Joseph, and we have Mr. Herb Martin on the line, and we have Miss Lisa Bacchini, and we have Mr. Jack Travis on the line. So we're going to have some fun talking about these products. I'll just dive right into it and talk about, I think it's my most favorite item is the coffee. I love coffee. I've been told in the past, I started drinking when I was 14, 15 years old, that it is very dangerous to be around Joey when he doesn't have coffee. If I've even made jokes, I've said, you need to sign a disclaimer if you're going to be around me in the morning before my coffee, because I'm not going to be responsible for what I say. And that's just a joke. I can't control myself. But, I love the Sizzle coffee with all of the natural ingredients that go into it. Never mind that, but also the best tasting Panamanian bean that's not roasted. The carcinogens are not being released because they're being roasted infrared. I love the coffee. I can't say it enough. If I could shower in the coffee, I would. I'm just that much of a coffee addict, and there's nothing wrong with that. For me, it's helped my ADD, the anxiety that I suffer. It helps me release enough energy to do what I have to do and not give me an excessive amount of energy, which would also be categorized as jitters or a crash at the end. When I get done with my day, usually I'm up and awake for about 12, 13 hours. And usually that's consisting of working and marketing with people and talking. I'm Italian. I love to talk. People have to tell me to stop talking. And it's also helped with my acid reflux.
TV in the back?
Huh?
513.
So we are going to go to Miss Lisa. What are your thoughts and your opinions on the coffee?
I love the coffee, and the great thing about the coffee too is it doesn't give you like the crash or the after effects of coming down from normal caffeine. So it's really good to keep you even keel. I'm also a coffee addict. I love coffee, and Sizzle Cafe Instant is one of my favorite products also. And I just think that if you love coffee and you want to get the health benefits of the mushrooms, the different mushrooms, it's a perfect fit for that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much, Lisa. And Mr. Herb, we're going to go to you next. I know I talk to you daily, sometimes a couple of times a day, and you love your coffee. What do you have to say about the Sizzle coffee?
What do I have to say about the Sizzle coffee? It's the only coffee I'll ever drink. Are you kidding me? I've had to go back to store-bought coffee a couple of times because I've run out. And what a difference, because you buy the store-bought coffee after drinking ours, and you can taste the burn in their coffee because they've roasted the beans so much. It's unbelievable. Ours, you don't have that. It has a nice aroma to it. It has a nice smooth flavor, and I'll never be without it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to leave right now to go make one. So there.
Oh, you're going to go make your coffee, and we have
we're on the meeting.
Mr. Anthony just joined the Zoom. Hello, how are you, Anthony?
Let them connect.
Oh, yeah, I forgot the Zoom takes a couple of minutes. I'm so not used to this Zoom. I prefer in person. This Zoom, I'm finally getting the handle of it. But let's look at this screen, see what we're doing
Be
here.
a pro by the end of the week.
I'm gonna call you Herb. I'm gonna do Zoom after Zoom after Zoom to practice. So
Sounds good to me.
Oh my goodness. Mr. Jack, I know that you like to drink the coffee. You like to come over to my house and have some coffee too. Usually I bake something with the coffee in it. I've done the coffee apple cake, and it's come out delicious. Trying to, change the recipe to try to get rid of some of the sugars in it. But Mr. Jack, what do we like about the coffee?
I like a lot of things. Now, like I've said before, I'm also a logical buyer, but I love the flavor of it. Yeah, it's a good flavor. I like the way it makes me feel. It doesn't, like when I used to drink other kinds of coffee, like I would get really like hyped up and then I'd have the crash later, but I feel like it's more stable. And then, of course, I like all the added health benefits of Sizzle's coffee. The way they roast it, it doesn't release carcinogens. I didn't even know about the carcinogens. Because a couple of years ago, I actually stopped putting stuff in my coffee. I used to do cream and sugar, but then I decided to start drinking it black to be healthier. But before I joined Sizzle, I didn't know about the majority of coffee beans being over roasted and releasing carcinogens. So I'm glad that I figured that out because cancer does run in my family. So I feel good about drinking that coffee. I don't feel guilty about it. It doesn't feel like too acidic or anything. I love it. Great flavor.
It is a great tasting coffee, that is for sure. And I'm just going to see if Mr. Anthony has connected. Okay, we see you. You're in the car. How are you?
I'm good, Joe. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. I am excited to be doing this Zoom. I believe you said that you drink the Sizzle coffee, the only coffee that you drink. How do you like the Sizzle coffee?
I love the coffee, and it's funny because before Sizzle, and I've been with Sizzle for 8 years, and I think the coffee came out in 2015, so we were here before the coffee. But I was never really a coffee drinker. The only reason I started really drinking it is because of the healthy ingredients that are in it. But then now I like the Sizzle coffee, so I have pretty much at least one a day. But not usually, but a lot of times more than one a day.
Yeah, it's, the Sizzle coffee, it's not the coffee that you can just have one of. I see myself having 5 to 6 cups and make it into iced coffee. And, on my way to work, I always bring some to go, and they're always offering me their coffee. I'm like, nah, I have my own. Thank you very much. So next product that I wanted to talk about was the Sizzle Strong Cleaner. For me, like I did say, I'm going to be honest, I'm unpredictable before my coffee. And just the other day, we were doing another Zoom on Wednesday. I had said, I hadn't had any coffee, and the first cup didn't end up in my mouth and ended up on the floor because I hadn't had it. So with that, you got to clean up your mess, after cooking, cleaning, restrooms, everything. You could probably even use this product in your vehicles. Is the Sizzle Strong Cleaner. I love it. I feel safe using it. I know that I can use it on my counter space, my food prep areas. I know a couple of people who have restaurants and work in food prep. I just want to be like, please take this cleaner and use it because you will never go back to something else. It is such a safe cleaner. Miss Lisa, what do you have to say about the cleaner?
I love the cleaner. It's toxin free, which makes it 100 times better than, other cleaners. But I use the cleaner for everything, bathtubs, toilets, sinks, and even like the other night. So I have in the kitchen, I have the tub is a black sink, and it has all these like whites, it just has spots on it and like residue. So I'm like, I'm going to take this Sizzle cleaner, Sizzle Strong, and I'm going to just spray it on there. And I just left it on, and then, maybe like 10 minutes, and then I wiped it, and all those spots that have been there for, I've been here for about a year. They're gone now. So I was like amazed by it. And I really like the Sizzle Strong Cleaner, and I would highly recommend it.
Absolutely. Mr. Herb, what are your testimonials on the cleaner?
I don't have a whole lot of testimonials besides what everybody else has said because it just works perfect on everything. It's an all-around great cleaner. The only thing I really have noticed about it is I don't have as many cleaning products under my sink because I have the Sizzle Safe. I don't have, the 3 or 4 different products that we used to have all the time. They're gone. You can look under
Wonderful.
the sink, and there's the backup on the dish soap, the hand soap, and the sizzle safe.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Herb. Now at this time, I'd like to ask if anyone else would like to add to the Sizzle Strong Cleaner.
I could add some stuff. I mean, that was the same thing when I started, like a couple of years ago when I started realizing that a lot of the cleaners contain chemicals. I wanted to like try to find alternatives, more natural cleaners, but I don't know, none of them really did what I expected. But then as soon as I got the Sizzle Strong Cleaner, I got rid of everything else. I used to have all different kinds of stuff under the sink. Now I just got one. That's all I need. And I feel good about using it because I know that it's toxin free and it's actually very effective.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Jack. Mr. Anthony, did you want to add to the Sizzle Strong Cleaner?
Yeah, I like the Sizzle Strong. I've only had it. I guess I got it like the week after it came out, but I've only used it a few times since. But I used it. I live on the beach, and we have a big picture front window. I don't know the dimensions of it, but it's pretty large. And I used it on the outside of that window because we always get the salt air and everything ends up settling on the window. And it actually worked really well just as a window cleaner, even though that's not necessarily its purpose. But it wasn't particularly, wasn't streaky or anything like that, and it did pretty good job keeping that window clean. So I like to clean it again because now it's starting to get dirty.
Absolutely. I love this cleaner. They used to call me the Windex King and glass cleaner because I clean everything with the glass cleaner, and this was even up to a year ago. I didn't know that I shouldn't have been doing it. So now I've renamed myself the Sizzle Strong Cleaner King because you always see the bottle in my hand. There's always a mess to be cleaned. So all right, we're gonna move on to the next product, the Influence, and I love this product. It has worked wonders for me. Not only boosting my immune system, but I've also been able to stop my allergy medications. For me, allergies, I have very seasonal allergies. I'm also allergic to cats, dogs, and my older sister. That's a joke. And a lot of the medications would make me drowsy. So if I was having an allergy flare up in the morning, I couldn't take it because then I'd just be useless to society. So I'd have to wait until I got home and, I was able to be in, a safe zone and go to sleep basically. Well, the Influence doesn't affect me like that. I'm able to control my allergies. I don't have to take it daily. I've, started taking it every other day. Headaches that I've gotten from allergies, pollen that's outside, I'm not getting them anymore, which is a blessing. What do we have to say about the Influence if we want to take turns talking about it?
I like the Influence. I usually take it I try to take one every day just to keep my, immune system, in good standing. But if I start to feel sick, I'll take more of it, and it actually helps me to keep the sickness away. So it just helps me to feel better and not be sick. And I really love the Influence.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Lisa. Would anyone else like to add to the Influence?
I can go on Influence. I take one every Monday just to always make sure that I have it in my system. But if I ever feel anything, coming on or, tickle in my throat or anything like that, I make sure to take at least one a day for that. But usually one in the morning and one at night. And I've knocked out so many things that I felt like, I was going to start getting sick. And I didn't with the Influence. And I think I had mentioned this on a previous call, but just in case people were not on there, one of the things I've read about your immune system is basically at night your body turns off its non-essential functions. So what happens is, like, sometimes you wake up, you go to bed, you have a cold, but you feel all right. You wake up the next morning and you feel worse. It's actually because your immune system is considered non-essential by your body. It's trying to do other stuff, regenerate cells and all that stuff while you're sleeping. So it actually turns the immune system off. So that's why you get that feeling of, not feeling as well in the morning as you did at night. So one thing for the influence is to make sure that when you're taking it, especially if you're sick, to take it at night before bed.
Without a doubt. Thank you, Mr. Anthony. Anyone else want to add to the influence?
I can add.
All right. Hello, Mr. Jack.
I've actually adopted the Anthony Pacini method, and I take it once a week. But yeah, I think it's good to supplement a little bit and make your immune system strong. And then it's a good thing to have if you do catch a cold or the flu, or even worse during this pandemic right now. It's a good thing to arm yourself with.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. Jack. And now at this time, I'd like to go. Why can I hear myself? That's weird. Okay, I can't hear myself anymore. That's good. Now at this time, I'd like to go from each of you and just get, one or two personal testimonials on, everyone's favorite products. I shared what my favorite products are so far. And, I personally believe, and I thought of this method, someone probably already thought of it, but, in the past, I was a victim to some ailment, whether it was allergies or ADD or anxiety or, acid reflux, whatever it may be. Thanks to Jack Travis, who introduced me to, Sizzle and to these products, and as well as everyone else, I'm now a warrior with these products, battling these small ailments that were affecting me every single day. So I feel very blessed and happy to be on, using these products and to know all of you. So we're going to start with you, Lisa, if there is a personal testimonial that you'd like to share.
Yes, absolutely. So I would like to share my testimonial on the Renovator. So I had gotten an injury. I was raking leaves, and what I would do is rake them into a tarp and then drag the tarp across the street and throw them over the bluff. Well, I pulled something in my back, my neck or shoulder. I was never sure what it was, but I would get sharp shooting pains from my neck down to my wrist and down my spine. I was in a lot of pain, and for years I would go to doctors. They give me x-rays, nothing's wrong with you. I went to chiropractors, and I always, my arm, it got so bad to the point where my arm would just be asleep. Like, I would be here talking to you guys, and my arm would just, fall asleep and just be numb. And so I started to take the Renovator, and the Renovator helped. I don't know the science behind it, but the Renovator was a miracle worker, and it helped, my pain. It took the pain away, and it helped I don't have the sharp shooting pains down my spine anymore. My arm isn't numb, and I can it helped me to be able to function again. And, I'm truly grateful for the Renovator and that product.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Lisa, for sharing. And then Anthony, if you'd like to share a testimonial, please do so.
Sure. I'm not going to share the testimonial about my accident, but if anyone has any questions about it, just because it takes a little bit longer, but if anyone's watching this and wants information on my accident, I broke my head in 8 places. I was in an ATV accident, and I was able to recover very quickly. I left the hospital after 6 days when they expected me to be in the hospital for, up to 2 months plus if I made it. So that was kind of crazy testimonial, but on like a lesser, not that this is not as good of a testimonial, but as far as my life goes, lesser testimonial. I do a lot of rock climbing to stay in shape. And a lot of times with rock climbing, you'll end up getting little injuries in the little ligaments in your fingers or elbows and inflammation and stuff like that. So I've had times where I had those issues, and I do the Renovator as well. I try to take it as much as possible, but with the new CBD warming and cooling lotion, those have helped a lot with when you do have a flare up or anything like that that's bothering you. And occasionally, I sleep on my stomach usually, and I put your head in one direction. So occasionally, my neck will hurt, and I can't really turn it as well. So what I've been doing when that happens is I'll actually use the CBD warming lotion during the day, and then before bed, I use the cooling lotion because it really does it has menthol in it, and it really does help to help you feel a lot cooler. So especially during the summer, it helped me to get to sleep, but it also helped me in the mornings to not feel that stiffness in my neck as much. So that's it for that.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Anthony. And I think we've seen that Herb was going to go walk his puppy, his dog. I don't think it's a puppy, but I just call dogs puppy. So, Mr. Jack, what would you like to make a testimonial about?
Are we doing 1 or 3?
I think 1 is good for now.
Yeah. I was gonna say one thing that's back in stock now. I got to get more of is brain vitality, because I have a past history of mental illness and addiction and stuff like that I've been able to overcome. But when I started taking brain vitality, like it made me more focused and made me more balanced and stuff like that, which I like that a lot. Because when I was younger, I was on a bunch of medication and stuff that just kind of numbed it and didn't really do much. But then later on, well, I got off it, and then for a couple of years, I was doing really good. But then when I started taking the brain vitality, I felt even better.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Mr. Jack, for your testimonial.
No problem.
I'm not sure if Mr. Herb is back from walking his dog. I'm going to give him a couple of minutes. Did anyone on this Zoom have anything that they'd like to add? Something they might have thought of, or, just want to share a random thought? All right. Well, I don't think Herb is back. That's okay. There will be more testimonial videos. I want to thank all of you for joining in today. Thank you all for your time. I know very short notice. I started a little side job, and my schedule has been really crazy. So usually I would give, people, like a week, notice. Hey, I want to do a Zoom, but that is okay. We are here, and we are sizzling great. I hope everyone has a great day and a great weekend.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, Joey.
You too.
Hi, everybody.
Great Zoom.
Yes.